it's Miss Laura with the Wichita Falls Arts Council, and today we're going to create something called a combination creature. Something like this. It's composed of 4 different parts. We have a head, a torso, or the main body, where we have our arms, we have legs, and then we have feet. 4 different people will be drawing 4 different body parts. One person will draw the head, they'll pass it to the next person who will draw the torso, and then they'll pass it to a new person who will draw the legs, and finally the last and 4th person will draw the feet. You won't know what anyone has drawn before you because we're going to fold the paper back as we go, and so it'll be a mystery until the very end when we unfold our entire paper and reveal our creature. I'm going to show you a few examples of some combination creatures. So this one, the first one, has a fish head, it has a tree torso, it has human legs and some nice shorts, and bird feet. Here's another one with a little rabbit head, an orange slice for a body, cheese legs, and some cool star boots. If you notice, the first section has some rain clouds with it, so we can draw the environment around it, our creature in the specific section that we're drawing in, as long as we're still drawing in our section. And I'll explain more about that in a moment. So here's another one where we have a worm head with a little hat, a fishbowl torso, some striped wavy legs, and some duck feet, and even a little worm friend. Another one, we have a hammerhead. So it doesn't need to be a head or a torso or legs from an animal or a human. It can be objects that we turn into certain things, like this tree body, or these rainbow legs, or even these little car feet. One more. We have a flower head, a noodle body, we have some furry pink legs, and then finished off with some bright purple boots. And to do this, we're going to need a sheet of white paper. Everyone is going to start with their own paper, and then that'll get passed along. You'll get a new paper from the person next to you, but we're all starting with our own individual papers. I'm also using a pencil, maybe a marker, and some things to color. Anything you want to draw with, you can draw with. We need to divide our paper into 4 sections, and the easiest way to do that is to start by folding our paper in half. So I'm folding it in half, hamburger style, and lining up the top edge with the bottom edge, holding it down, using my fingers to create that crease where I folded my paper. Once I folded this paper in half, I can open it up and then fold this top half and this bottom half in half as well to create 4 different sections. And I'm just doing that by folding in the top and bottom edges to the center crease line. Then I can unfold. Same thing with the top. So now my paper is divided into 4 equal sections. I'm going to grab my pencil and I'm going to label the sections just so we don't get lost along the way, because we will be folding our drawings back and the next person won't see what's been drawn before. So sometimes it's good to label so we know that we're drawing in the right place. So at the top here in this first section on the side, lightly in pencil, I'm going to write the word head, H-E-A-D. In section number 2, I'm going to write the word torso. So this is that main body section where we have our arms and our stomach. So T-O-R-S-O, torso. And the section under that, in our third section, we're going to write the word legs, L-E-G-S. And finally, in our bottom end section, we're going to write feet. Feet. So I'm going to time each of these sections. We're going to have 6 minutes to draw in the section that we're drawing in. So when we start, everyone is going to draw in just the head section. You're not going to go into any other part of the paper. We're only drawing a head in this head section, and we're not going to go beyond this line. So it can be an animal head, it can be an object that has a face, it can be a human head, it can be an amorphous blob, and you can draw with whatever you want. And in the 6 minutes, we want to make sure that we get all of our coloring done because we won't get it back until the very end. So I'm going to set a timer for 6 minutes, and you're going to draw any head of your choosing, and you want to make sure you stay within the head section as we're drawing the head. So 6 minutes, starting my timer right now. Again, you can draw a human head, an animal head, an object head, any kind of head of your choosing. And I want to add that because we want this to be a surprise at the end to sort of have a big reveal to see what our creature looks like with all of its different parts, we want to draw secretly. So we don't want to show the person next to us or around us what we're drawing. We want to keep it secret until the very end. Also remember, you can draw around the head if you finish the head early. And if you want to add color, you need to do it within these 6 minutes. And we have about 3 minutes and 30 seconds left before we pass it to the next person. Okay, we have about 1 minute left before we fold our paper back and give it to the next person. But before we do that, we need to help the next person out a little bit. And we're going to do that by extending our drawing a little bit into the next section. So that's going to be into this torso section. So we want to go beyond this little folded line. So that means the neck of your creature, it doesn't have to go very far, just so when you fold it back, I'm gonna go a little bit into this next section so that when we fold it back, the next person knows where to start. So they know that this is where they start drawing the torso, and it keeps people from creating a creature where all the parts don't line up. Okay. About 10 seconds left before we fold our paper back and move on to the next section. Okay, and there's my timer. So we're going to fold our paper back, and we're going to fold it back on that line that we created by folding it in the first place. It should be really easy to fold back. And just double check that you drew the little neck or the head into the next section just a little bit so the next person knows where to start. Okay. And take a moment to pass your paper to the next person. So you can figure out how you guys want to pass it in your classroom. I have my 6-minute timer ready for the next section that we're drawing in, which is the torso. So remember, this is the main body. It's where our arms would be all the way down to before the legs, so the waist. So think about from the neck to the waist. And again, it can be part of an animal. It could be noodles, a tree, a person torso. Maybe they're wearing a fun shirt. Maybe it's a hamburger. Okay, 6 minutes to draw our torso. And remember, we're only drawing in the torso section and then passing it to the next person to draw the legs and then the feet. So 6 minutes for just the torso starting right now. And just like we did with the head, we want to draw a little bit into the next section so the next person knows where to start the legs. Oh, this is About 3 more minutes to finish the torso. Remember, if you finish drawing the torso early, you can always draw things around as long as you're staying within the torso section. We have a little more than a minute left to finish up our torsos. Get in all of those last bits of detail and color. And also remember to extend into the next section just a little bit so the next person knows where to start. About 15 more seconds before we fold our paper back and pass it to the next person. Okay, and there is my timer. We are finished with our torso. You're going to gently fold your paper back. The leg section is up at the top. You've extended a little bit beyond into the next section so the next person knows where to start. And then you're passing it to a brand new person. I'm going to get my timer ready, set for another 6 minutes. This time we're drawing the legs. We want to make sure we don't draw the feet. We're just drawing from the waist all the way to the ankles. And again, it can be human, animal, object. You can make it a single leg. It could be 2 legs. That's up to you. 6 minutes on the clock, starting right now. You have about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to finish the legs. Make sure you do not draw the feet. That is for the next person to do in the feet section. About 1 minute and 30 seconds left to finish the legs. About 30 seconds left. Make sure you draw into the next section just a little bit so the next person knows where to draw the feet. Okay, and there's the timer. Make sure you've drawn a little bit into the next section. Go ahead and fold your paper back. Let's see here. You can fold these parts in if you choose. Keep extra secret. Okay, so now we have our final section, which is the feet. Sometimes the feet are really quick to draw, but we are going to use the entire 6 minutes to draw in the feet section. We have the opportunity to have our creature stand on something. Maybe it's just grassy ground. They could be standing on a ball or any other type of thing that you want. Maybe they're skateboarding. 6 minutes to draw the feet. I'm getting my timer ready, and we are starting right now. We're about halfway through our timer. We have 3 minutes to finish drawing in the feet section before we reveal our combination creature. We have about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Remember, if you finish drawing the feet, you can always draw things around the feet. You can draw something that your creature is standing on top of. About 30 more seconds to go. Remember, nobody's done drawing until the timer is up. Okay, and there's our timer. You can stop drawing and coloring and open up your entire paper to reveal your combination creature in all of its glory. Okay, thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.